Today we are talking about the dynamics of Hebrew and Greek thinking, water in the desert. You know, when we live in an area that's very dry, we need water because our area feels like a desert. What is water? Water is teaching. Jeremiah 2:13 says, "My people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed out cisterns for themselves, broken cisterns that can hold no water." According to Jeremiah, God is a fountain of living water. In the days of Yeshua, the Jewish people believed that rabbis gave their disciples living water. Living waters were their teachings. If their teachings were good, the disciples drank living water. Living water is a common Hebrew expression. So in John 7:38, we find Jesus, or Yeshua, if we use his Hebrew name, speaking about living water. Yeshua said, "Anyone who believes in me, as the scriptures have said, out of his heart will flow rivers of living water." The crowd understood his message because all good rabbis gave living water. A good rabbi gave his disciples living water, but an evil rabbi gave evil waters. The Talmud explained evil waters. The Talmud says, "Exiled to a place of evil waters, and the disciples who come after him will drink and die." Biblical teachings are living waters. Corrupt teachings are evil waters. So we all need water in the desert, living water. If we've not heard of the Talmud before, it is simply a collection of rabbinical writings from the 1st to the 5th centuries. Sometimes this is a good place to double-check a concept. The Talmud reveals what Jewish teachers were teaching and thinking centuries ago. During the first few centuries of the early church or early congregation of believers, these teachers were writing about Scripture. Today we will discover Hebrew thinking and Greek thinking. We will learn that Hebrew thinking is biblical, while Greek thinking is Western. To fully understand the Bible, in fact, we must understand Hebrew thinking. Now that's a tall statement. Yet Hebrew is the cultural mindset of the authors of Scripture. Years ago, when God was talking with me about Hebrew roots, and I was resisting him, he told me something I have never forgotten. He said, "Valerie, let's face it. The Bible is a Hebrew book written by Hebrew men for a Hebrew people. It came to you by grace." What is Hebrew thinking? The first evidence of Hebrew thinking is in how the writers of the Bible reveal God. Writers of the Bible never argue about the existence of God. They assume that everyone knows God exists. In the Bible, the idea of God is not understood through philosophy or logical reasoning. He is understood by function and action. What does God do?